Twitter, Twitter, Twitter. How many times has this word changed the way we communicate? Twitter revolutionized our way of sharing thoughts, news, and moments. From a simple 140-character tweet, Twitter transformed into one of the most influential platforms in the digital world. In an era where technology was evolving rapidly, Twitter emerged as an innovative light on the digital horizon. It all began in 2006, when Jack Dorsey, a young visionary programmer, along with Evan Williams, Noah Glass, and Biz Stone, created what was initially just a side project within Odeo, a podcasting company. The initial idea was simple: create a platform where people could share real-time status updates like an SMS for the web. The name Twitter was inspired by the sound of birds, that constant chirping of updates that would become the social network's trademark. The first tweet in history was sent by Jack Dorsey on March 21, 2006, just setting up my Twitter. At the time, no one could imagine that simple message would mark the beginning of a revolution in global communication. Twitter quickly began gaining users, first attracting the tech community in San Francisco, then spreading to the rest of the world. If you are enjoying this journey through Twitter's history, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next parts of this incredible story. The first years of Twitter were marked by rapid evolution. In 2007, during SXSW, South by Southwest, the platform gained significant prominence, tripling the number of tweets per day from 20,000 to 60,000. Twitter had found its inflection point. The platform began to develop its own language and culture. Terms like tweet, retweet, and hashtag began to become part of users' everyday vocabulary. Hashtags, for example, were an innovation that emerged organically from users themselves. Chris Messina, a user experience designer, proposed using the number sign to group conversations in August 2007. Initially, the idea was rejected by the Twitter team, who thought the symbol was too technical. But users loved it, and hashtags became one of the platform's most distinctive features. Twitter quickly became the epicenter of global conversations. From political revolutions to pop trends, the main agendas that moved the world emerged from Twitter. The Arab Spring, a movement that began in 2010, demonstrated the platform's power as a tool for social mobilization. Protesters used Twitter to organize, share information, and show the world what was happening in real time. The platform also revolutionized journalism. The concept of breaking news gained a new dimension with Twitter. Important events were often first reported on Twitter before reaching traditional media. The emergency landing of U.S. Airways Flight 1549 on the Hudson River in 2009 was one of the first major events first reported on Twitter, with the famous photo of the plane on the water going viral in minutes. Celebrities discovered on Twitter a way to connect directly with their fans without intermediaries. Politicians found a platform to campaign and communicate with voters. Activists gained a powerful tool to amplify their causes. Twitter democratized voice, giving everyone the possibility of being heard globally. The platform's technical evolution was also notable. The initial 140-character limit, chosen for SMS compatibility, was both a limitation and a differentiator. It forced users to be concise and creative in their messages. Technical failures were so common in the early years that the whale fail, the whale that appeared when the site was down, became a beloved icon among users. In 2009, Twitter introduced trending topics, allowing users to see the most discussed topics of the moment. This feature became one of the platform's most important, influencing the global discussion agenda and creating instant cultural phenomena. Years passed, and Twitter continued evolving. The platform increased the character limit to 280 in 2017, a change that initially generated controversy, but was ultimately well received by users. It introduced features like moments to tell more elaborate stories and spaces for live audio conversations. Monetization was always a challenge for Twitter. Even with the introduction of promoted tweets and other forms of advertising, the platform struggled to transform its cultural influence into consistent profit. However, its importance as a public discussion space was undeniable. The year 2022 would mark a new chapter in Twitter's history. Rumors began to circulate about a potential buyer. Elon Musk, the billionaire known for Tesla and SpaceX, demonstrated interest in acquiring the platform. What initially seemed like a joke soon transformed into one of the largest technology acquisitions in history. Twitter had become much more than a social network. It was a cultural phenomenon, a tool for social change, a global public debate space. Its influence went far beyond user numbers or engagement metrics. It was the place where events were first reported, where movements were born, where public opinion was formed and transformed in real time. The platform that began as a simple status service had transformed into something much larger. Twitter had fundamentally changed how we communicate, how we consume news, how we organize politically, and how we participate in global public discourse. And now, with the perspective of new leadership, it was about to enter a new era of transformations. After months of intense negotiations, heated legal disputes, and a roller coaster of speculations, Elon Musk finally acquired Twitter for $44 billion in October 2022. The first action of the new owner was dramatic. He immediately fired the company's top executives, including CEO Parag Agrawal, and announced that profound changes were coming. The transition to the Musk era began turbulently. Within days, the billionaire implemented a work extremely hard policy, presenting employees with an ultimatum: commit to long working hours in a hardcore environment or leave the company with severance pay. The result was a massive exodus of employees, with estimates suggesting that more than half of the original workforce left the company in the first weeks. Don't forget to like to show you're following this fascinating story. One of the most controversial changes was the complete overhaul of the verification system. The iconic blue seal, which was previously granted to public figures, journalists, and other notable people after a verification process, became a product available for purchase through Twitter Blue, later renamed to X Premium. This change generated intense debates about identity, authenticity, and credibility on the platform. Musk also implemented significant changes to content moderation policies. Proclaiming himself an absolutist of free speech, he reversed several suspensions of controversial accounts, including that of former President Donald Trump. The new content moderation approach raised questions about the balance between freedom of expression and platform responsibility. Technical transformations were also substantial. The character limit was drastically expanded, allowing much longer posts. The platform began to prioritize content from paying users in the distribution algorithm, a change that significantly affected how content circulates on the network. Monetization became a central focus of the new administration. Musk introduced a revenue-sharing program for content creators, allowing eligible users to earn money from their posts. This change was seen as an attempt to compete with other platforms that already offered monetization options for creators. In July 2023 came the most radical and symbolic change: the end of Twitter as we knew it. The iconic bluebird, which had been the platform's symbol for over 15 years, was replaced by an X. This was not just a branding change. It represented a complete reimagining of the platform's purpose. Musk described his vision for X as an app for everything, inspired by the Chinese WeChat. The idea was to transform the platform into much more than a social network, incorporating payment, financial services, entertainment, and e-commerce functionalities. The transformation to X brought significant changes to the platform's interface and functionality. The familiar Twitter vocabulary began to change. Tweets became posts, retweets became reposts, and even the term Twitter began to be actively replaced by X throughout the platform. Reactions to these changes were mixed. While some users and advertisers left the platform, others embraced the new direction. The active user base remained significant, although precise metrics are difficult to verify since the company became private. The change to X also represented a fundamental shift in the platform's culture. What began as a microblogging service with a clear identity was transforming into something broader and less defined. The informality and lightness associated with Twitter began to give way to a more corporate and ambitious identity. Musk implemented several experiments with payment features, allowing users to send money to each other through the platform. The integration of financial functionalities was seen as a crucial step towards the vision of an app for everything. The relationship with advertisers became a significant challenge during this period. Several major brands paused or reduced their advertising spending on the platform, citing concerns about content moderation and platform stability. Musk responded to this with a mix of confrontation and reconciliation attempts. The platform's technical infrastructure also underwent significant changes. There was a greater emphasis on speed and efficiency, with Musk frequently personally involved in technical decisions. The platform experienced both improvements and instabilities during this transition period. The impact of these changes on the broader social media ecosystem was profound. Other platforms began positioning themselves as alternatives to Twitter X, with some managing to attract users dissatisfied with the changes. However, the platform maintained its unique position as a real-time discussion space. One of the most significant changes was in how the platform treated developers and third-party applications. Several restrictions were imposed on the API, effectively ending an era of third-party Twitter clients that had been an integral part of the platform's ecosystem for years. The transition from Twitter to X represented more than a simple branding change. It was a complete reimagining of what a social media platform could be. Musk's vision was ambitious: to create a platform that transcended the traditional limitations of social networks and became an indispensable tool for modern digital life. The changes implemented during this period continue to reverberate through the global digital landscape. The transformation of Twitter into X marks not only a new era for the platform, but potentially a new chapter in the evolution of social networks and digital communication as a whole. Leave your comment about what you think the future holds for this platform that has so greatly impacted our lives. What began as Twitter and is now X continues to be a dominant force on the internet, even amid controversies and transformations. Elon Musk's vision for the platform's future is ambitious and comprehensive, promising a revolution in how we digitally interact. One of the main directions for X's future is the significant expansion of its financial capabilities. The platform is moving quickly to become a financial services hub, with plans to include bank transfers, digital wallets, and potentially even cryptocurrency integration. This transformation represents a fundamental change in the platform's nature, from a social network to a complete digital financial ecosystem. Artificial intelligence is also at the center of X's future transformations. Musk, known for his work with AI and other companies, plans to integrate advanced AI features into the platform. This includes improvements in automated content moderation, more precise newsfeed personalization, and possible integrated virtual assistants to enhance user experience. The expansion of character limits and content format evolution continue to be development areas. X is moving further away from the original microblogging concept, allowing longer and more complex posts, similar to complete blog articles. This change reflects a vision that the platform can become a primary destination for content creation and consumption of all types. In the entertainment field, X is exploring new frontiers. The platform is developing more robust live streaming features, tools for content creators, and possibly even integrated video and music streaming services. The idea is to transform X into a complete digital entertainment destination. Monetization for content creators is becoming increasingly sophisticated. X is implementing new revenue models, including exclusive subscriptions, premium content, and innovative forms of micropayments. This represents an attempt to create a more robust economic ecosystem within the platform. A crucial aspect of X's future is its integration with other emerging technologies. The platform is exploring possibilities with virtual and augmented reality, blockchain, and other cutting-edge technologies. The vision is for X to become a bridge between different aspects of digital life. The user interface continues to evolve, focusing on simplicity and functionality. X's minimalist design reflects a philosophical shift towards a more serious and professional platform, moving away from the casualness associated with the old Twitter. The future of work is also in X's plans. The platform is developing tools for professional collaboration and business networking, positioning itself as a more dynamic alternative to traditional professional networks. Privacy and security remain central to X's future development. With expansion into financial services and more sensitive data, the platform is heavily investing in cybersecurity and data protection. Globalization continues to be a priority, with X working to adapt to different markets and cultures. This includes developing region-specific features and adapting to local regulations. X's role in global public discourse is evolving. The platform is striving to find a balance between being a space for open discussion and maintaining a healthy and constructive environment. Electronic commerce integration is another expansion area. X is developing direct purchase features, allowing users to make transactions without leaving the platform, approaching the WeChat model. X's future in the social media landscape is uncertain but promising. While some people are skeptical about radical changes, others see potential in Musk's ambitious vision for the platform. Technological evolution continues to be a fundamental pillar. X is constantly updating its infrastructure to support new features and handle growing volumes of data and users. The sustainability of the business model is an important consideration. X is exploring new revenue sources beyond traditional advertising, seeking a more diversified and resilient model. X's social impact continues to be significant. The platform maintains its role as an important space for social movements, activism, and cultural change. The relationship with regulators and governments is a crucial aspect of X's future. The platform is navigating an increasingly complex regulatory environment, especially with its expansion into financial services. Community development within X is evolving. The platform is creating more robust tools for groups and communities, enabling more focused and meaningful interactions. The democratization of access to information continues to be a guiding principle. X is working to maintain its role as a primary source of real-time news and information. X's future is an ambitious vision of a platform that transcends traditional social network definitions. It's a bet on a future where the lines between communication, commerce, entertainment, and financial services become increasingly blurred. While the path ahead is uncertain, one thing is clear. X is determined to redefine our digital experience. Whether it will succeed in its ambitious vision, only time will tell, but the impact of these transformations will continue to reverberate through the digital landscape for years to come.